Okay people, so a couple things to talk about with today's video. For starters, we got 2 series that are confirmed ending in Shonen Jump. We got their end dates, the exact chapter, the exact issue of Jump, all of that jazz that are ending. One of them is a major title that of course you've been hearing for a while now, that is getting ready to end. But we also have 4 new manga coming on board to Shonen Jump with some legendary, very highly popular and successful creators from some series that you may love returning to the magazine, one of which got me really excited because I'm a very big fan of one of their previous works, so I'm happy to see that on board. We also got an announcement for a manga that I really love. It's a new one. We got somewhat of an announcement, probably not the announcement that we would like right now, but that announcement will come down the road, and I know I'm being very vague, but hey, it is what it is. And lastly, just we have to address something regarding a manga that we thought would be announced with this issue of Jump, but we gotta wait and see regarding that series. So without further ado, let me stop the vague bullshit and get into the news.
I say we gonna do what we do, no matter how you move, make your move. That's how it be though.
That's right people, so 2 series have been confirmed to be ending in Shonen Jump. It's that time. Shonen Jump, you know, in case you don't know, they got a big axe. Eventually, series, especially either they get announced at the ending and ideally the author gets to end the series on their own terms, or they get the big axe where it's like, yo, you gotta go. So I guess we'll start with the series that are ending, and then we'll jump to the series that are starting up and the legendary creators. So yeah, to start off with, we got The Promised Neverland. Now, most of you may know this series has been confirmed to be ending for a long time now, but we have the official chapter, the exact issue, all of that jazz, and that series is The Promised Neverland. It will end issue 28 with a color page and 27 pages, which means The Promised Neverland will end next week with chapter 181. Volume 19 of the series is scheduled to release in July, and its final volume 20 will be announced in the future. So next week, The Promised Neverland is 100% no more. It's in the climax, because I think they announced like 2 years ago, we're in the final arc, we're in the climax and shit. No, it is 100% ending next week, which it's a good and a bad, more so like 99% good. It's good that it's ending because, okay, you know, I want to say that the authors, because I think it's 2 people that are working on it, the creators, shall I say, the creators get to end it on their own terms, which there's the argument there, because a lot of people say that the creators probably wanted to end it a lot sooner, or had plans to end it a lot sooner and had to extend it. Whatever the case may be, it's great that it's getting an ending, and it's not, from what I've heard so far, it's not getting axed. It seems as though it's genuinely like the authors have reached their conclusion. To be honest with you, I think this is a great time. I might do what I did with Demon Slayer. With Demon Slayer, when it got announced to be ending, I had like, I think I was about 150 something chapters behind. I caught up to that bad boy and had a blast. And this one I'm about 100 chapters behind, so I might just say screw it and go and catch up to The Promised Neverland for next week's final chapter, and maybe we'll talk about it, and I'll do a big video as well until the anime comes, because it seems like the anime has taken forever. Like, you know, the season 1 of the anime came out in January of 2019. We won't be getting season 2 till January 2021, so 2 years, which is not too bad. Again, I'm just hoping that they do a big 24 to 50 episode series, but that remains to be seen how many episodes it's gonna be. And yeah, next week, The Promised Neverland. It seems like it's been a long time coming to come to a conclusion. It lasted longer than I anticipated. I thought this would have ended at like a year and a half ago by now, or at the very least a year ago. So kudos to the series, and congrats for lasting 181 weeks in Shonen Jump. That is a feat in and of itself, especially with the competition being steep. I'm gonna miss this one, even if I haven't been caught up in a very long time. I remember when it first dropped and how excited I was, and I was like, this is so different. And I made probably, I don't even know, 5 or 10 videos on The Promised Neverland since it's been out. Even before the anime, I was just like, oh, this manga is so great. So to see it come to an end, I am sad, but at the same time, I got a great read, or we got a great read ahead of us, or even the anime if you're waiting for the anime. Yeah, sad stuff. Moving on, another series that isn't too popular, but I want to say it lasted like 4 years. That is something to be noted, and that's Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs ends this week with chapter 209 and a total of 24 volumes. Last volume will be out in December, which will include 2 new OVAs. So with 209 chapters, 24 volumes, Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs ends this week, which I want to say that's this chapter that comes out. So for all the fans of that, that series is going. And the reason I decided to throw it in this video is because 200 chapters, the series been around in Jump for a while now. I may have not been up on it, and I didn't really know too much about it, but yeah, that's a kind of big deal. 4 years in Jump is a long time, considering the series that they don't get 8 weeks in Shonen Jump. Now on to some good news. Let's start off with, like, you know, the kind of somber, bad, sad, whatever you want to call it news with Promised Neverland and the other series, Yuna and the Hot Springs ending. We got 4 new manga that'll be premiering within, I want to see, the next 4 issues of Shonen Jump. Before we even get to what they are and the authors behind them and their credentials, which again, some really exciting stuff. Some fans, including myself to a certain degree, I know it's coming, but it is a bummer still, are a little bit upset the fact that Burn the Witch, which is the Bleach spin-off by Tite Kubo that is already a completed work, they're just going to be serializing it chapter for chapter in Shonen Jump. A lot of people anticipating it being announced in this batch of manga, because I think they said it was supposed to be a summer release, and these are the new manga that are debuting in the summer. So either they're pushing it back, possibly due to the failure of Samurai 8, the creator of Naruto's latest series, that basically failed and had to get the axe because of low sales or whatever. So it could be that they're nervous. Maybe this is a big investment. At the end of the day, Tite Kubo, Bleach, humongous, one of the most selling manga of all time. To get him on board to do anything, I'm sure they had to pay him a big check. So it could be because of that. It could be the fact that since it is completed, it doesn't matter to be listed with the newer series that are, you know, could potentially go on for hundreds of chapters. This is probably going to go on for maybe like 3 or 4 volumes, somewhere around there. So it could be that it doesn't really need to be announced with these, and it could be announced at a later time by itself, which at the same time, I think that would be a better idea anyways. That way it doesn't take away from the spotlight of these newer series that are returning, and vice versa. They don't take away from the spotlight of Burn the Witch. This is a big deal. Bleach fans are excited. This is the Bleach revival. So yeah, I'm all for it if it's going to be announced at a later date without these series being announced at the same time. Let them both have their time and their shine and shit like that. So that'll be dope. Although at the same time, you got to think, if Burn the Witch is going to premiere, I'm imagining that's going to be a cover of Shonen Jump type of issue, right? And with these 4 manga, whenever a new manga appears in Jump, normally they have them have the cover of Jump. So I'm imagining if we do get Burn the Witch, it won't be even debuting for like another month and a half at that. So again, we just gotta wait and see. But let's start off with the new series that we got. So the first one is Ayakashi Triangle by Yabuki Kentarou, the creator of To Love Ru. And we got some info right here. It says, we start with Ayakashi Triangle by the widely known Yabuki Kentarou. We're pretty sure everyone here knows Yabuki did To Love Ru, its sequel, To Love Ru Darkness, which I heard that was just like straight up almost hentai type of deal. And his most recent work, the manga adaptation of Darling in the Franxx. I did not know that he was a part of that. Very, very highly regarded. I've heard of Black Cat. I always wanted to check that out. I never did. To Love Ru, I have a bunch of the anime. I watched like, I don't even know how many episodes of the first stuff, but it kind of got repetitive for me. And I had fun with the characters, Lala and what was it, Jump Victory Versus. So some cool stuff. I'd never checked out the Darling in the Franxx manga adaptation, but that's a legendary author right there. Had some very big hits. Black Cat was a hit. To Love Ru was a hit. Darling in the Franxx manga adaptation hit, so I'm interested at the very least to give a try. Ayakashi Triangle, see what it is. I mean, based on the art that we see, it has some cool art. The main male protagonist design looks cool, and the female kind of looks a little bit between a mix of not Lala, but more so the other female To Love Ru, the original To Love Ru. So I'm interested to see what this is. Maybe it'll be a serious action mixed with like some harem elements, or I mean, we know this dude loves the ecchi, so who knows? And that'll be debuting in issue number 28. Then issue number 29. Apparently Beerus is getting his own manga. A manga called God of Destruction Magu-Chan by Kamiki K. When I saw that title, immediately I was thinking, what the hell, like Beerus is getting his own manga? So that kind of gave me a little bit of a chuckle, to be honest with you. And the info for that, it says, this is one of the biggest incognitas in the serialization round, since it would seem this author usually changes names. This work was published in Jump Giga Summer 2019 Volume 3 behind the name of Kinoshita Keiji. So we don't know who this author is, which I find that very interesting and fascinating at the same time, because you got to think, when you're an established author, musician, whatever the case may be, especially musicians too, but one of the downfalls is that the public eventually at some given point, in certain fields anyway, doesn't want to see you win anymore. Like, look at Masashi Kishimoto, perfect example. Samurai 8, there was many people that didn't discredit it and didn't want to give it a chance from the moment of even hearing of its inception. They were like, nah, trash, get it out of here, simply because Masashi Kishimoto and Naruto won so much. 700 chapters, one of the highest selling manga of all time, like freaking 10 movies and shit like that. So using something, a trick like that, changing up the name, I think that's an interesting and cool concept that manga could get to do. I mean, who knows? For all we know, this could be Masashi Kishimoto going under another pen name, which I highly doubt that. But yeah, I'm interested to see what it is. I mean, based on the visual we got for it, there's not too much to say. It's like a girl with what looks like that one-eyed little creature, I think that Orochimaru created from the Naruto spin-off, the Sarada Gaiden stuff. Like, yeah, don't really know much, but that'll be appearing in issue number 29 of Weekly Shonen Jump. Then in issue 30, we got Shaketsu no Niraikanai by Tamura Ryuuhei, and this is the one that I'm most excited about out of the 4 new announcements, because this is the author of Beelzebub, and I love me some Beelzebub, baby. Gotta go Metsu. I love some Beelzebub. And for the information there, we have a well-known veteran, Tamura Ryuuhei, with Shaketsu no Niraikanai. His most famous work is Beelzebub, a 2009 series with 28 volumes. His latest one, Hungry Mary, was not that big and ended up being axed with 4 volumes back in 2017. I did do a Hungry Mary first impressions, and it seemed interesting, but the premise wasn't all that exciting. So I wasn't really surprised that it didn't last, to be honest with you. It didn't catch me nowhere close to Beelzebub with Baby Beel looking like Baby Zoro from One Piece. But I'm very, very excited. Definitely going to check that one out without a shadow of a doubt. I hope the English Shonen Jump brings that over here, because I gotta see what Tamura Ryuuhei is up to nowadays. Very, very excited about that one. And then lastly, Me and Roboko, which is issue 31 premiering by Miyazaki Shuhei, Oyakusaku no Neverland. Okay, so this is from the artist or creator, whatever you want to call it, of the Promised Neverland's spin-off chibi manga, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's like a chibi comedy manga. So this is not the creators of Promised Neverland returning immediately. This is the people that did like the, you know, funny little chibi ones, like, you know how like Black Clover had chibi, or has a chibi manga, chibi anime, and Naruto had the Rock Lee special. Here's some of the info. We have Me and Roboko by Miyazaki Shuhei. There's not much we can say about this author other than being the mangaka behind Oyakusaku no Neverland, the gag spin-off of the Promised Neverland. So yeah, there's the info we have there. We also got some one-shots, but I'm not really interested to talk about that. And then lastly, there was rumors about Chainsaw Man getting a big announcement. I thought we was already going to hear about the anime, but the announcement that we did get is kind of disappointing. I mean, it's still too early. There's only about 70 chapters, but Chainsaw Man, one of the best premiere. I mean, I made a video at the top of the year talking about like my favorite new manga of 2019, Chainsaw Man. The announcement is mainly just that they're going to be like doing different posters, and they're making a real Chainsaw Man for the release of volume 7 to commemorate it, which, okay, that's cool. Like, hit me up when the anime, because the manga right now has been absolutely fire, crazy, indescribable to say the least. Here's what you guys think though of the 4 series that were announced to be coming back with some of the legendary authors that are returning, or not coming back, debuting, shall I say, with the authors that are returning. Which series are you most excited for? Again, for me, hands down, the Beelzebub author's new work. I am very, very excited to see what that is all about. Also, are you bummed about Promised Neverland ending? For people that are reading it, has it been satisfying for the last at least couple chapters? Because I've been hearing some bad things about it. And are you disappointed about the Chainsaw Man news? And are you disappointed about Burn the Witch not debuting with these 4? Again, I think it's better have its own shine. Let it get its own cover, own thing. That way it doesn't conflict and take away from the attention of those 4 new ones, and vice versa. Your overall thoughts and expectation with all these news. But that is all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links are indeed in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day, and remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in.
Everything good always comes to an end. If you stab me in my back, we can never make amends. Trying to move to acceptance, hard to accept it. Mistakes like mirrors, gotta reflect it. I don't wanna fucking leave, but I gotta leave. Leave the maybes to the crazies. Maybe one day there I go admitting something in a subtle way. No more copies, leave without a trace.